Hi people, how is everybody doing? We kimeturaba hapa. Yesterday we had an incident where, if you can see behind me over there, we had a storm, and that storm destroyed our power cables that connect us from the main source. If you can see that transformer over there, I don't know how to zoom that. So we cannot cook because we don't have means to cook, because our stove uses it's electric. Our stove is electric. So, but good thing is, even that being said, if I can show you, our neighbor was generous enough here. I will show you in a little bit. And they tried to extend their electricity to us, their power. They are sharing with us. May God bless them so much. Let me show you. So our neighbor is extending their power to us, and we were hoping it gonna help us to. So this is the cable that goes to my house through the back door. Previously in the day, I actually made eggs using this barbecue stove and firewood, like real firewood. I'm not trying to go there because there is a cable here that I don't want to interfere with, but if you can peep through, you can see the firewood down there. I used that, but now because I cannot be able to, I don't want to cook using firewood for the entire family, and we warmed food actually using it. We are hoping the people, maybe I could have, let me try to get in because I want to show you something. So that is where they are sharing the power from, and it couldn't support the cable we have cannot support the stove. Those of you who know or who understand the American stoves, you know how big that the hook is, the thingy that you plug in into the power. I don't know what is eating my vegetables here. Something is eating them. Anyway, away from that. So this is what happened yesterday. There was a storm. As you know, America, we have tornadoes, and I think there was a bad weather coming from Oklahoma City, and then it flew towards us. This is the cable. Trust me, yesterday was chaotic because our house was almost catching fire because of this, and inside our house was full of smoke. And this is the damage that was done because it unplugged, like not unplugged, it just blew off. You can imagine a live wire and storm, and now this tree over here hitting it. If I can show you, all this cable is burnt. Iliugua ugu. Like it is totally burnt. All of it is burnt, and it actually burnt the grass. And so is our neighbors on the other side. You see? This is the cable. It burnt, all of it. This is the tree that fell from over there. Our neighbor's power line is this one over here, and I don't want to cross because I don't know if it's still, they said they turned it off like completely, but I don't want to play around with it. So that's our neighbors. It was cut over there. If you can see the thingy where it's hanging, like over there. Yeah, this is the cable. This their wire. It was cut by fire. Okay, and they didn't even know. So when this tree fell down, we thought it was tornado and tried to run to the basement as you're supposed to do. But on reaching at the basement, we figured out that it's not actually a tornado, it's a storm that hit the tree, this tree over here, and then the tree hit the power line. So when it hit the power line, then the lights went out, and we figured out that it's a big mess when we ran to the basement, and then the basement started smoking because the power comes through in to the basement. The main power area is at the basement. So this is the damage. This is the tree that hit the electric power line, and that is how we ended up running out, because we ran to the basement to seek shelter, and not knowing that at the basement it's smoking. It started smoking because this wire started I think catching fire. And what we did, if you can look closely, it's the electric wires plus the internet wires. So we don't have no internet, we don't have no power, but our neighbor is being generous enough, and they are helping us with their power. May God bless them. May God bless them. This is what happened. You can see that is how big the tree was. It fell on the line with aligned with power. You can only imagine what could have happened. Now, here's the thing. We ran out from the basement, very much terrified. We were trying to run away from tornado. Then we figured out it is not tornado, and we figured out now we have to run out because the house is catching fire. What we did next, we ran out. Remember, my baby was sleeping, and before I could go grab him, of course I cannot run out without my babies. So before I gather everybody and my dad, and we are running out, and the storm is so big such that the storm is almost carrying you. It's kind of like sweeping you away. So we ran to our neighbors. This is my neighbor here, but we thought maybe they are sleeping, and we ran into the house that we could see some light, and we were sure they were not asleep yet. So we ran there, and they didn't know anything was happening. And we told them there is a storm, and it already destroyed our power, and our house is smoking as we talk. Already I had started calling 911, not knowing how busy they were. It was a busy day yesterday because everybody was calling, and the fire department came, and they turned off all the power, and they made sure that our house can be rehabilitated again, or we can go back there and stay there again. And when we were running out to go to that neighbor over there, we ran over there where you see two cars. This is the neighbor who we ran to because the rest were asleep. It was past 11 p.m. and I was doing Jojo's hair. So when we were running and escaping, imagine we didn't take anything. We were shoeless. We ran without no shoes. So we ran from our front door, and then running across the grass, of course, running towards there. But when we were here, then this happened. This tree came down. I want to show you how strong the wind was. It was a strong wind. That one that is almost like tornado. It was, I think it's only that it didn't touch down in this area, but it was that much fast, furious, and destructive. So this tree over here fell on our other neighbors driveway, and they cleaned it up in the morning. They had a power saw person, and they came and cleaned up. So it is very dangerous to have such big trees around your house, because the thing with American trees, these American trees, they have one issue. If you can check, if I was able to show you on the other side, maybe I can go here and show you, zoom in, so that you can understand what I mean. The American trees, they kind of like, what do I say? They kind of like start rotting. Let me use that word. I don't know what I should say. Decompose. Yeah, they start decomposing even if they are still growing. Like this is a small tree here by my house, but trust me, it's still green, yet it has started decomposing. I don't know what causes this, but it is very, 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 it's something that is very much present in most of the trees in America. And that is why when we get a wind, a tree would just fall down. Even Neve, it had no signs to break. Why? Because even Neve, you see them, this green, they still decomposing from inside. This is the tree that fell. Let me show you. Let me zoom in. So if you can check here, this tree had already decomposed on one side, and that is what caused it to fall when the weeds are too strong. I don't know why, but most of them behave like that. However, there are this type of trees here, like this one. This looks like cypress. They barely get affected by any storm. This one over there too, this is in my house, at the behind of my house. This one doesn't get affected by strong winds. They are strong enough and they can hold it. But any type of tree that is this type over here, they do get affected by strong winds because they are already decomposing inside, even though they look like they are very green. And that is why we get storms, and the storms destroy the power. Last summer, it was even more dangerous. I mean, it was even more worse because it took us a whole week without power. We suffered, and it was the entire village. Yesterday, I thought we were gonna be swept away by the storms, and I was so scared. It was so scary. And those of you who have watched tornadoes, you know how much destructive a tornado is, or how it sweeps a whole village, a whole neighborhood. And I thought we're gonna be swept yesterday, but thank God we were safe. Thank God it's just our house and our neighbors, just this neighbor here which was affected by the power, because when the rest of the neighbors have power, we can charge our phones, we can do other things that require us to have I mean, if we need to. So tomorrow being a memorial, it is very hectic because the power company hasn't even come today to check. They usually come right away. But I can assure you, yeah, last night there was so much of noise of the fire department alarms. That tells you there were so many people who were calling for maybe fire or some electric and dangerous electric cables and so on and so on. So this is my good neighbor here, over there. We are right next to each other. And one thing is that I don't know how long they're gonna take them to come and repair this. But one thing I know is that I am safe because my food won't go bad, because already my neighbor gave me the power. I have already hooked up my fridge and my freezer, and that is my biggest worry. Of course, it's gonna be very hard at night. I did call the house company to let them know that we don't have no power. And last time it took us a whole week without power, and it was during the summer. It was getting very hot, and you can get sick because of the humidity that comes with high temperatures here in America. But we thank God for safety. And yeah, that's all I wanted to tell you. I want to call my gang and we go eat out and wait and see tomorrow what gonna unfold. Maybe I'm gonna go to the hardware and get that cable that is supposed to help me to get power from now the main cables, to be able to connect my stove so that I can cook. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for watching. Keep on subscribing, keep on commenting, and may God bless you so much. Never forget to keep on keeping on, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Cheers.